Lehi, Utah. You are watching Mormon Talk with Carson O. Kimball and Brett O'Call.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Mormon Talk. My name is Carson O. Kimball.
I am Brett O'Call.
And we are excited. I'm full of jolliness and joy right now because it is the eve of one of the just best months of the year, December. And we have all sorts of wonderful things that are planned up ahead for our viewers and our fans, far and clear, new and old, black and white, young and old. Anyway, yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Brett?
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for December for a lot of reasons, and I think you guys should be too. Is my microphone working?
Yeah, your microphone is working just fine, Brett.
Okay.
Anyway, well, wonderful. So, before we start taking everybody's calls, we have a couple announcements. What?
Yes, Carson, we do have some announcements.
So, before we get to that, though, actually, you know what? Maybe we should just get to that. I was going to take a look at the chat, and the chat I'm seeing someone says, "Oh my God!" Oh, Matt Guyver.
Yes,
dude
I think
says,
we should. I think we should look at the chat.
Yes, Matt Guyver dude says we have sound. Wonderful. Nick B says, "No, Beth, stop being racist." Oh no. Where's Happy Meg? Yeah. Before we open up the phone lines, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell everyone. Well, just please. Tonight there are 100%. There are entire families watching. I was looking in the chat. Someone's entire family is watching from Canada. My whole family is watching. Brett's whole family is watching. We have lots of.
Yes, my whole family is watching, Carson.
Yes.
So let's all be. We have a lot of young eyes tonight, so let's all be respectful of those eyes.
Right. I well said. Okay, everyone. Well, before we get going, Brett and I have a special announcement. As you know, the first week of every month, we feature our viewers' talents that they submit to us in our little show that we call Talent Talk. This December, however, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We are going to be holding our very own Secret Santa event.
Secret Santa!
Oh, sorry. So the Mormon Talk Secret Santa Talent Talk. All viewers are assigned a Secret Santa. Each Secret Santa will create some sort of art for their person, and all creations will be displayed for Talent Talk. Please send your submissions to mormontalkline@gmail.com. So basically, there it is, folks. Our moderator, Happy Meg WV, is going to be collecting not just those who want to participate, but everyone's name, everybody's name, all together, and we're going to be randomizing who each person is assigned to make a piece of art for, whether it's a picture or maybe an ornament or something like that. And you'll be assigned that person and make them a personal and special piece of art to show the spirit of giving this holiday year. And yeah. So, any more comments about how we're going to be doing that, Brett?
Yes, Carson. It's going to be a little complicated. We have a generator that will be randomly assigning each participant to their counterpart, and so we've actually tested it out, and it seems to be working pretty good. And so when you email us and Happy Meg gets your names, we will be able to enter that into the generator so that you will be able to receive your Secret Santa. Now, everybody, it's important that we do keep these secret because rumors spread like wildfire, and
it ruins the fun.
Everyone. Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, Brett. I was just saying it sometimes ruins the fun for people. Nick B asks in the chat, how are we going to be assigned a Secret Santa? So Brett just detailed, everyone will be randomly assigned a person. But in order to get that Secret Santa, like to find out who you are, who you have drawn, email mormontalkline@gmail.com. And then we're going to take your email address, and then my brother Wilson made a program where all of the emails are going to be put into the machine and then randomly assigned one of the participants. And so, that's how you'll be getting it. So email us, and then we will send you who your Secret Santa, the person who you're supposed to make a gift for is. And then, after that, you have until our talent talk for December. You have until next Monday to complete the submission, and then all together, all of us will be able to view the wonderful and respectful, please, Secret Santa submissions, and be able to share in just the spirit of giving and friendship and joy. And I really look forward to it myself. And by the way,
it's going to be absolutely wonderful, Carson.
Yep.
I think this is probably one of the greatest things that we have put together since the inception of Talent Talk itself.
Yep. This is going to be very wonderful. And you know what? Brett and I have decided, I'm not much of an artist myself, but Brett and I have decided we're going to throw our hats.
Neither am I, Carson.
We're going to throw our piece of paper into the felt hat and enter the Secret Santa event ourselves. So who knows? Maybe one of you guys might get drawn, either Brett or Carson, and two of you will be assigned. We'll be assigned to as well. So we'll be making personalized fan submissions of you guys this time. So, well, wonderful, everyone. We're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. Our number is right there. Please, if you do call in, we don't allow any bad language. Please be respectful about our religion. We're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And please be respectful of other people and their privacy and their families. And, that's all we care about. And without further ado, hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Brett O'Call. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Hello, this is the Larson family.
Oh, the Larson family. Well, wonderful. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
That's great. I had a question about the Secret Santa.
Okay, great.
Are we gonna actually be mailing these, or is it strictly virtual?
Strictly virtual, please.
All right, that
Remember,
sounds great.
We're afraid of giving out addresses, especially of our faithful fans and viewers, for obvious purposes. There could be COVID transmitted through the mail, and that would be the worst possible thing that could happen.
Plus, everything's got to get here by next Monday, and Santa and all of his elves are already busily, preparing for lots of presents being sent all around the world right now. And so the post offices are they're just jammed. They're just jammed, and they can only take so much at once. So
Yeah.
we.
Well, are you guys on Zoom? Because it looks like Brett's lagging a little bit.
Anyway, so I don't quite understand your question, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person.
Alright.
Thank you for calling in.
Penis.
Okay, hello. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
Yeah, hi, how's it going?
And Brett O'Call, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello?
Hello, caller. You are live on the air.
Hello?
Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball and Brett O'Call. Do you have a question for us, caller?
Yeah, hi, I'm a member of the church here in Santa Fe.
Oh, cool.
My name is Derek.
Well, welcome to the show, Derek.
I love Santa Fe, Derek.
I had a quick question for you guys. I'm married. I'm 24 years old.
Okay.
And you guys were having this discussion earlier, another show I was watching, just about some intimate relations between husband and wife. I don't know if you could answer some questions about that.
Okay. Yes. It depends. We want to make sure every question is completely family friendly. Don't ask anything that you wouldn't ask in front of your children. I know you probably don't have very many.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Exactly. Please. If it has to do with the physical aspect of, I guess, marriage, perhaps this isn't the best medium to be using.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Well, if you could just respond to just the question, in terms of relations between man and woman, what is okay in the Lord's eyes?
To put it very, very put it very simply, love, exactly, love, and completely exclusive, intimate connection. So, in other words, there's a special type of love that you only is only reserved for husband and wife, and that should be involving the Lord as well. In other words, in order for a man and a wife, for their marriage to work really, really well, both have to include the Lord in the relationship. You're sealed together, I assume, and you've made a covenant with Him. And so, as long as you draw near to Him in His Spirit through Scripture study, through prayer, through trying to keep His commandments, partaking of the sacrament every Sunday, and just being your best, your relations with your partner will be holy and good. What do you think, Brett? What about your marriage?
Absolutely fulfilling.
Yep.
Yes, Carson. Well, I couldn't have said it much better myself. I like to wrap it up with one word, and that being love. I feel like that really gets the point across to anyone who has a question such as this, because it is a common question. It's something that a lot of people seem to have the idea that once they're married, everything is on the table at that point, and that's not true. Anything that is, any ideas that are conceived not out of love, aren't worthy.
Right. I agree. Does that kind of make sense, caller?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the input. My wife, she feels that sex between a man and a woman, as long as it is as wholesome and with love and pleasing in the eyes of the Lord, is okay. I'm not exactly comfortable with anal personally, but
I saw that one coming.
Hello?
Okay. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson.
And Brett. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And please, family appropriate calls only. That last call was absolutely out of line, and we are sorry for letting that slip
I
through.
don't know how he thought that was family appropriate.
Hello, this is Sandu again.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Thank you very much. I have very upsetting news.
I'm very glad you called in, by the way, because the last call was inappropriate, and I believe we can trust you to be appropriate, and yeah. Welcome to the show. What do you have for us?
I have very upsetting news.
Okay.
My wife, she cheated on me.
Okay, that's horrible.
So did you say that your wife is real?
No. He said, sorry, his wife has cheated on him.
No.
That is very upsetting
Okay.
news. Are we the first people you've told, or who else have you told?
I told my mom and dad.
I'm sorry. And what did they have to say briefly?
They said, do not take her back, because once a cheater, always a cheater.
It's very tough.
But the worst thing about this is the man she cheated with was my friend.
I'm so sorry. That's awful. So she cheated. Oh wow. So she cheated on you with your friend, and so you've been betrayed by two people at once.
Yep.
You've been backstabbed
We've been
from the front
we've
and
been
back.
we've been friends since India. 20 years. I'm now 31.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. I recently found out. So how I told you she was pregnant. I'm gonna get a paternity test. Because the man she cheated with says "Hamra who." It's very sad. And and hello.
Sammy, that's absolutely. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know. That's very
By a
sad.
friend,
But
nonetheless.
I think it's a really good thing for me because I've only been single for a little bit, so I think this will be a good thing for me. So everyone in the chat, watch out.
Yes, wise words. Watch out.
Yeah. I'm a hurricane.
I'm sorry, caller. I'm so sorry. I sometimes have a tough time understanding the names.
Oh, okay.
But thank you. You know what? Listen, I have some things to say. First of all, I've never experienced what you've experienced. Betrayal, maybe in some forms, but never in that form. And I can't empathize with that. But here's the thing. The Savior, when he atoned for our sins, in the Garden of Gethsemane, he felt the pain of every type of pain there is, okay? And that includes betrayal. And he felt that deeply so that he could empathize with us, so that he could not only pay for our sins, but understand our pain and be able to take it away if we will lean on him. And so what I would ask of you is,
Yes.
to remember to look at a picture of the Lord in the Garden of Gethsemane on his knees praying, and to realize that he sweat great gouts of blood from every pore when he was feeling the pain that you are going through right now. And realize that and look at that picture and say, you know what? Carson and Brett might not feel what I'm feeling right now. And I don't know if anyone knows how I feel, but he does.
The thing is, yeah.
Yes, and pray to Heavenly Father to feel the comfort of our Savior through his Spirit, through the Spirit of the Holy Ghost. And yeah, that's what I would say would be the best route.
The thing is, I must obtain a relationship with her because she's...
Right. I agree. Well, I think, Brett said it eloquently. He said, it's incredible, how good you can feel in the worst of times. And this is undoubtedly one of the worst times.
The worst thing is I must attain a relationship with this woman because she is the mother of my 10 kids.
Well, you know what? You guys should talk to your bishop, and you should ask, you should talk to her and say, and just hear what she has to say about it, and hopefully she'll hear what you have to say. And if you guys can work this out, okay? In my opinion, that is always the best way. But if you can't work it out, just rely on the Lord. Just like when he was in the Garden of Eden, an angel came to him, okay? And if you get on your knees, he will come, okay? And he will come and comfort you. He will comfort you. Not just an angel, the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, through the medium of the Holy Ghost, will come to you and comfort you when you supplicate to him.
Yes, but woman talk.
What? Yes, go ahead.
We already talked, and I found out she only cheated on me because she was because I owned a 7-Eleven, okay, and my friend who she cheated on me with, he also has a 7-Eleven, and my 7-Eleven has not been doing good in business lately. And his has been skyrocketing, because he sells his puppies at 50 cents a piece. And I just can't compete with that, So that's why she cheated on me.
Business aside, you know what?
I just thought of something moment.
You talk to her and you tell her that she henceforth must be punished because no atrocity can be committed without certain punishment. And I believe that you are holding that power of punishment. And so her punishment should be to be a faithful, loving, and devoted mother to your children, and a faithful, devoted, loving wife to you.
So, I talked to her just recently on the phone, just like 5 minutes from now. I told her, nice, come listen, bro. In my language, that means it's I miss you very much. I want you to come back. You mean so much to me. And she said, and that means I don't love you anymore. You're just not the same man. So then I said, I said, come on, please don't be like that, okay? And she said, no, it is over. So, because, I'll open with open arms,
Absolutely. I totally understand that. I'm sympathetic to your struggles you're going through right now, Sandu. So I hope I hope the Lord blesses you with answers and comfort in this trying time.
Yes, we are going to have to move on, but thank you for that call, and please rely on the Lord. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O. Kimball.
And Brett O'Call, welcome.
Oh, they hung up. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O. Kimball.
And Brett O'Call, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello, this is Sister Rose. I have my 2 children here with me, and we're hanging out with you guys for family home evening.
Well, awesome. Hey, children. Welcome to the show. Your mother will be assigned a special Secret Santa assignment. Maybe you guys can get out some paints or crayons and help her make a wonderful gift for someone in the coming week. But welcome to the show. Do you have a question? Do any of you guys have a question for Brett O'Call and myself?
They are super excited for the Secret Santa. They're both a little phone shy. I tried to get one of them. Her name is Ginny to come onto the phone, but she's a little scared. But she asks, "Why can I not hold the priesthood?" I know that's kind of a silly question to ask, but I thought someone like you guys who she looks up to would love to hear it from you.
Well, wonderful. Ginny, the Lord has assigned your mom and your dad to, they're both a pair, but they're both, they have a unique mission. Your mom is very good at some things, and your dad's very good at others, and the Lord wants each of them to use the gifts and talents that He has given them, which are equal gifts and talents, to make your life and the life of your sibling better. And the priesthood is it's a responsibility the Lord gives to men and young men to do work for Him, to do work for the poor, the needy, and to do and perform ordinances of the gospel. And it's a lot of hard work. And the Lord has given women different roles. Brett, what do you think? What would you probably say to Ginny about that question? Hey, Brett. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Ginny. But yeah. So you can hold the priesthood. Well, you can't hold the priesthood, but the priesthood is hard work, and you know what? I think.
Where's Brett at? I can't hear him.
Oh, Brett is having a. He's his microphone's not working so well right now. But
Are you in the same room?
Yes.
Never mind that
Sorry,
question.
everyone.
It's
The
okay.
microphone seemed to come unplugged.
Brett has to use a different microphone input.
Okay.
But regardless, yes.
Okay.
What do you have to say, Brett?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Did I already answer your question? What were you about to say,
yeah.
caller?
So my other daughter, I just wanted to share what we're doing for our family homecoming activity.
Oh, wonderful.
We're all just sitting around. We're guessing their future temple names when they grow up. What would you guys like to guess?
Oh, a future place for a temple.
Their temple names. The spiritual names that they get in the temple. We're guessing the names that they'll get.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello, caller.
Brett?
Hello, caller.
Carson?
Hello, caller. You are live on the air with Brett O'Call.
And Carson O'Kimball, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hey, it's Trevor again.
Oh, hello, Trevor Leahy.
Trevor Leahy?
Yeah, I remember.
I'm actually doing a lot better.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Good to hear. So what do you have a question for us, caller?
love hearing that. Good news.
I guess I just wanted to tell you how good I'm doing and how much better my life's been.
Oh well, great.
Fantastic.
What turned things around? Did you call your foster parents?
I guess I just wanted to say that I forgive Carson for not for always thinking I'm lying and stuff, but I'm past that and I've turned over a new leaf and I just want to start fresh.
Well, wonderful. Go ahead and tell us what turned things around for you.
I guess after I hung up the phone from the payphone, I was just lost. I didn't know what else to do, so I started hitchhiking. You know? Do you guys know what hitchhiking is?
Yes.
Absolutely. Hitchhiking is very dangerous.
I guess I just had to do what I had to do just to make my way. So first off, I met this man named Ray in a truck. Okay, like those big 18-wheelers.
Okay. You had a trucker friend.
Yep. He called me a friend of the road. So I thought that was pretty nice. So then I hitched a ride with him, and I made it all the way to Arizona. And then I guess once I arrived in Arizona, I didn't know where to go from there. You know.
Okay. Are you sure it had 18 wheels? What about it wasn't 16?
I guess I didn't really count. I was too distraught to go out and count them, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was 18. There might have been a few spares underneath. I guess if you can count those.
So you rode a big rig.
Oh, actually, it might have. I think it was a tire hauling truck. So there might have been hundreds of tires in the back in the trailer, but I am not sure.
You didn't get a chance to look at the cargo before you got in?
No. He said he was coming from Mexico. He had a very important load, but I didn't want to be too nosy.
Wait, so he was coming from Mexico all the way to Chicago? And
yeah, he was making his way from Mexico to Chicago, and then he was going back.
Then he was going
down
back.
To Mexico.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, wonderful.
Okay. Oh, wow, what a
yeah.
time.
There must have been some toys in there though. I was thinking because I heard lots of noise from in the back cargo, but it must have just been buttons getting bumped or something on the toys.
Oh, okay.
They were probably Spanish toys from Mexico. I was thinking.
I thought they were
speaking
tires.
Spanish. No, that's what I was saying. I didn't know if there were tires in the back because you were asking if there were tires.
Oh, well, wonderful.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
what did you do in Arizona?
But yeah, that's what I was saying. After I got to Arizona, I started wandering out out in the desert, kind of, since I thought it'd be very peaceful. Because as a kid, I really liked the movie Aladdin, you know. So I was hoping maybe I would wander upon a magic lamp or some sort and get some wishes. But I didn't find the lamp. What I found was this opium den, and then I guess I stayed there for about a week, and then after I stayed there, I had a spiritual awakening, I'd say.
What's an opium den?
I guess
So
I couldn't. That's just what they were calling it, so I'm just repeating what they said. But they gave me this what is it? They said herbal medicine. I think it was. It was sage maybe. They would put it in my face kind of this smoky thing. I was thinking, but I didn't know. They said they were shamans of some sort, so I just was okay. I didn't want to, be rude or anything, so I just accepted.
What does OPM stand for?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
It might have been the town. A den of wolves. It could have been opium den. Maybe they're trying to be quirky or something. You know what I mean? Zany.
Right. So okay. Where did you hear the term OPM den?
That's just what everyone's saying. I love being in this opium den or at the opium den.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell my friends about this.
Well, interesting.
I could see it.
Well, cool. Well, wonderful.
For some reason, I'd always be very sleepy when I was there.
Oh, well, interesting. So you had a spiritual awakening, like Brett was saying. That's a little
Kinda
quick.
like
That's a little quick, but you know what? Big changes can happen for the better. So we're glad that you found your way to the OPM den, and
I'm actually very excited about this Secret Santa event.
Well, wonderful. I'm
Excellent. We are too. Are you planning on entering?
Yes, I actually learned to blow glass when I was there, like make vases and stuff.
Oh wow. Well, that's
Yeah, so I was
quite a
thinking
skill.
about blowing a glass vase and just sending a picture of that. Would that work?
That's quite a task, you know. But you know what? Everyone is very special, and so I'm sure that whoever you draw.
Sometimes I like putting water fillers like on the edge, so it's easier to put water in it for the flowers.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Yeah, as long as you personalize it in some way where they know that it was just for them.
I'll put diamond on it, just so you guys know.
Or
diamond. You're a diamond in the rock, or in the rough.
Or maybe you could write their name on it with paint.
I could do that. I could do that as well.
Yeah.
And put me and the Secret Santa person I get love Mormon talk.
Perfect. That sounds wonderful. Gosh, if only it were possible to send that type of thing in the mail. But regardless.
Excuse me, Carson. I'll get you back in just a second.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you there, Brett? Carson?
I am here. Carson is here. Brett had to take a break real quick.
Okay. Well, how was your day today?
It was fantastic. However, we are going to have to go into the next call.
I understand.
Thank you.
Understand.
Thank you for giving
us
the
I don't want to take up
update.
too much time. I just want to say God bless, and I love you all. You guys helped me through so much in my life, and
we're glad you found.
I love you.
We're glad you found the den, and we hope that that you have contacted law enforcement to get you home or get you safe.
Thank you. I have a trailer out in the woods that I found, and then a very nice.
Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson, and Brett is currently taking a quickie right now. But go ahead. You are on the air.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know I really liked the show, and that lady that called in with her daughters for family home evening, she was uncalled for.
I know. It's very sad what people they take something like this and they make it into something just a platform where they can make a joke at everyone else's expense, and it's just what we've learned how to take it. As hard as it can be, knowing that families are watching while we're not just taking it, the families are taking it from these people. You know what I mean?
Yes, true. Well, I won't stand for it. So I just wanted to call and tell you guys that this is Keenan, by the way. This is Keenan. Oh. That's my name.
Well, wonderful. Welcome to the show, Keenan. Do you have a question for us?
No, I don't have a question. Just wanted to tell you I really enjoyed the countdown that you had on the top 5 kind of top most spiritual books that you guys have on your channel.
Well, wonderful. My younger brother helped me make that video, and he did.
Yeah, that was great. The one I think it was number 2. Was it number 2? Window.
Yeah, Window to His Love. Yeah, it's
Yeah, Window to His Love. Thank you. I don't have it in front of me, but I was trying to remember the title.
I'm holding it up right
book.
now.
I haven't bought it. Oh, are you? I haven't bought it yet, but I've read excerpts from it, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get that. So I wanted to just tell you that too, and then just. I wanted to tell you too that I served my mission, my LDS mission in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wonderful!
And so if you guys ever need like stories, inspiring mission stories, anything like that, you just let me know. Just shout out Keenan on the on your show. I'll call in. I'll share some stories with you. Get you guys some uplift. Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that wonderful offer. Our audience is always just pining to hear wonderful mission stories. So thank you very much for your call, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, we're going to buy that book.
Yes, caller. Please call again.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Hello, caller. You're on the air with C. Kimball.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
And
Hello?
Fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering why you're lying to us about being in the same room, taking advantage of your viewers.
We are not taking.
I find that very ridiculous how you guys said you were in the same room when you're not lying.
Okay, here. Let me
taking advantage of us.
Let me say something real quick.
Making us be fools, taking us for a fool, boy.
Absolutely.
I'm old enough to be your grandpappy.
Hey, okay, this is a joke call.
This is a joke.
This ain't it.
He's joking.
Hello, caller. You're on the air with C. Kimball.
And B.
How you doing?
Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Welcome to the show. You're on the air. What do you have a question for us, caller?
Oh, yeah, so I was wondering, I grew up as, just a regular, normal Christian.
Okay.
And then I grew away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I started kind of getting to, so one of my good friends is a Mormon, started getting me into it. So I was wondering if there's something, a little, because a lot of people in the regular Christian Bible, they say, you can skip most of, the Old Testament, so sure, it's the New Testament is, the one for Mormons the same, or do you is it best just read it right from the start?
You know what? Here's what I have to say. The New Testament and the Book of Mormon are both awesome. The Old Testament, the Doctrine and Covenants. Here's the thing. The Book of Mormon is another testament of Jesus Christ. There's the Old Testament, the New Testament, and another testament. All three of them are so important, but I think that the Lord saw our time and had the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ, waiting in the wings for this final dispensation. So if you have never read the Book of Mormon, here's what I think you need to do as soon as possible. Find a copy of it. A physical copy is always the best. And just read it. And go to your knees and ask the Lord to tell you, is this book true or not? Is this from you? And to read it with pure intent and wait for his answer. And I promise you that eventually it will come and he will tell you that this book, the Book of Mormon, is not only true, but it's another testament of Jesus Christ. It testifies of his divinity and of, the kingdom of God and the plan of salvation. We're all his children. And all of that you can know for yourself if you read the book and pray.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. It's hard to say anything better than Carson can.
Oh, that's a bunch of baloney.
When he is telling the truth, he is telling the truth.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That opened up a lot of made it more makes sense to me.
Oh no, someone in the chat saying the Book of Mormon is another false testament. It seems to be that this person is saying that the New Testament and Old Testament are both false testaments too. Go ahead and caller, do the same thing about the New and Old Testament too. Read them with pure intent.
Okay.
And don't listen to people who are haters or anti-Christians or trolls or anything like that. Just ignore them and listen to God only. Everything else is just a distraction. And you know what? It's so funny because a lot of quote unquote Christian people don't want you to read the Book of Mormon, and they don't want you to pray about it because they are afraid that you'll get an answer that is, yes, this book is true. And so they're like, no, just don't read it, throw it away, hurry. Come on. That is absolutely zanky. Why, if they were so confident that it wasn't true, why wouldn't they let people read it and ask the Lord? It's just a bunch of baloney. So read the book, pray about it, ask with faith, and don't listen to other people.
It reminds me of the time that Carson and I went out to look for arrowheads. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. What a wonderful time that was. What an interesting time that was. Thank you, caller. We're going to take one more call, and then we're going to go on a little break. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O. Kimball.
And Brett O'Call, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello?
Hello, you are on the air with C. Kimball and B. Call. Welcome to the show. Do you have a question for us, caller?
The first token's name of the Melchizedek priesthood is the sun.
You got a quick finger there, Carson.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Thank you, Brad. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Brett.
Hey guys, it's Howard. Hello.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Do you have a question for us?
Oh, hey, this is you know Howard?
Who's Howard?
How my dick tastes in your mouth?
That is it. Okay.
I think it's time for a break.
If this type of absolute just filth continues, we're gonna have to go on an even longer break called ending the show. But hello, caller.
No.
You're
Don't end the show.
On the air.
You're the last
with
call.
Brett O'Call.
And Carson
Okay.
O'Kimball, go ahead, please. Please, I beg you, serious calls only, family-friendly calls only. Go ahead, caller.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do you have a question for us?
I'm kinda lost for words now. I never thought I'd be on Mormon Talk. I'm starstruck talking to Carson and Brett.
Well, this is your big opportunity, caller.
My 15 minutes of fame.
Okay, this is a joke. This is a joke, caller, Brett. Come on. No one talks like that. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
Hey guys, I just want to say a quick prayer. Have you guys heard of the new virus called Ligma? It's like a sickness going around. Have you guys heard of
Ligma?
Ligma balls, nigga.
Okay, we're gonna go on a break. You know what? In that break, if you guys aren't careful, might be until next Monday. Simple as that. All right, everyone, don't go anywhere unless you are a troll. In that case, please go take a hike and don't come back. And we will be back to take your calls very soon.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 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 Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
is a dark synergy. There is a beast with 3 heads who desires to enslave you. But hidden within the shadows, there is a sword that consumes this darkness once and for all. If only you will master the courage to wield it. From critically acclaimed author Carson O. Kimball. Peg, the dark synergy of porn, excessive eating, and gaming exposes the pig cycle and dismantles the lies that enshroud its insidious reign. Peg, the dark synergy of porn, excessive eating, and gaming, coming fall of 2020.
Hello, everyone, and we are back. Thank you for your patience. We had to take a quick break, but the phone lines are again open. But before we really get down to those calls again, a quick shout out to our sponsor, Cackle Hatchery. Yes, Cackle Hatchery. A link in the description to this product, which is a product that we have featured on the show before. They're ceramic nest eggs. They come in a box of 6. You can get them in brown, or you can get them in different color too. But essentially, if you own your own chicken coop, which if you don't, you should, you can use these decoy eggs to place in your chicken coop. And, you know, sometimes hens get a little bit zany and they peck their own eggs, and it destroys the egg supply. And so you're just throwing feed into that chicken coop for no reason if you don't get your eggs out of it. So you can stop those pesky pecking hens from pecking those eggs by putting these ceramic ones in there. And once these pesky hens peck these eggs, oh my goodness, they're going to feel a sore beak for a while, and they might think twice before pecking that. So please, if you have not already, purchase your own ceramic nest eggs. If you don't have a chicken coop, don't plan on making one, you know what? They're great decorations too. A lot of modern farmhouse homes are very, very popular decor style. And so go ahead and purchase these. And another thing I like to say is it is always so much better to be self-reliant. And there's nothing better than having your own food supply, you know, that's regenerating at home. And so if you buy chickens and make a chicken coop, gosh, you've got eggs for life. Well, until the chickens die, then you get more eggs. But if you buy these eggs, you might have no other use for them than for what I described with the hens pecking their own eggs. And you'll have those ceramic eggs sitting there, and it'll compel you to get up, you know, shovel some snow and build a chicken coop. Yeah, thank you to Cackle Hatchery. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines now. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
Brett O'Call, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hi. I did an upper decker at my church. Is God going to be mad at me?
Oh, you did an upper decker? Were you building a cake or something, caller?
A cake? What?
Oh, I'm sorry, like double decker cake, you know, like chocolate or something. Sorry,
No. An upper decker is when you take a fat shit in the tank of the toilet.
Hang on.
Hello, caller. This is a new call. I don't know why you're laughing, caller, but hello, you're on the air with Carson.
And Brett.
Oh, why am I laughing? It's because I'm watching your show. I'm enjoying myself, buddy. I'm having a good time, my guy. I was just wondering, really, listening to your question, or just the questions that have been posed already. I was wondering about, this guy was talking about the Old Testament, the New Testament. I thought that was interesting. And I was wondering, why can't we just flip them? Make the old the new, and the new the old.
Well, you know what? They're all timeless. And so I guess
that's the thing, but
you could do that.
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like that would make things a little bit more interesting. People are protesting in the streets right now, rioting and things like that. I think if we could just do that, make the Old Testament the new, and the new the old.
You know what? I think that they need to stay how they are. He did hang up everyone, but I think they need to stay how they are. But people should read them and pray about all of them, new, old, and another testament of Jesus Christ, the Book of Mormon, and ask our Father in heaven if they are not true. And you know what? The Old and New Testament are, they've been dibbled and dabbled with a little bit more by, translators and scholars and stuff. And so read the Book of Mormon first and foremost, because, it's probably the most, I guess you would say, clear and unsullied of the three, but they're all equally important, in my opinion. I'm going to go on to the next call. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Brett O'Call. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hey guys, it's Brother Nick. Can you hear me all right?
Hello again.
Yes, Brother Nick. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Well, we're doing just as well as we were in the first hour when you called. Do you have a question for us, Nick?
So I do have a question. So I was reached out by from New Name Noah, and he's been telling me all this stuff. I don't believe it. I don't know if I should believe it, but I've been praying a lot, and
No, don't believe it, whatever it is. No.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm starting to lose faith, and I'm going through a little bit of a rough patch. But I'm just hoping, maybe you guys can say some encouraging words. I think I have my baptism scheduled for 2 weeks, but I'm not sure if I should go through with it.
Here's what I have to say. First, find faith that New Name Noah is an nincompoop. He's a total ape, and he never knows what he's talking about. And he is, my belief, employed by Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's the thing. New Name Noah left our church, and put himself in a position to attack our church. To be filled with the devil, like Brett said, and attack the church. And so anything that he's peddling to you, stay far away. It's like, how do I? There's got to be some sort of an analogy here. New Name Noah is trying to tempt you. He's trying to trick you into thinking that the church is not true. And
like the devil.
Exactly. That's, it's just such a harsh analogy, but it's so perfect. New Name Noah is kind of like being one of Satan's servants on the earth today. And so, yeah, like I said, he's called into our show, and he's tried to splash the show. He even, directed everyone to a P website, and in front of families, live on the air on this show. He pulled a fast one, and you know what? I think all the families rose up together and drowned him out, and he just disappeared. And we have forgiven him, and we've reached out and showed forgiveness to him plenty of times, but it seems that all he cares about is splashing the church. And so steer clear, especially when your testimony is growing, because Satan, not just New Name Noah, but Satan himself will do everything he can to stop that testimony from growing. It's like a little sapling, okay? The seed was planted, and now the sapling has sprouted, okay? And it's standing straight up, it's erect, it's coming out of the earth, it's finding its roots, and guess what? The wind is blowing, and the storms are splashing, and, you know, there are people trampling all around you. But you have to build a shield for your faith. And that is prayer, that is fasting, that is going to church, attending your church meetings, that is making good friends that have strong testimonies and relying on them, and calling into Mormon Talk, and, you know, standing up to bullies.
Wow. That's great, guys. I don't know. Oh, sorry, Brett. Did you say something?
Stand up.
All right, I'm standing up right now.
No, stand up to bullies. I'm sorry.
Well, Carson, Brett. I mean, you guys cannot end this show. Carson, I'm probably almost done your book. Maybe another day, and I'll be done. I don't know what I would do without you guys. I'd probably still be sitting, laying on my butt all day like a walnut. You guys
playing
you guys
Rocket League.
Yeah.
You know, playing Grand Theft Auto, playing games, playing Fortnite, playing what are the other games? Call to Duty or something. Minecraft. Minecraft is a rock hero. Minecraft. I think it's Guitar Hero, Brett. I saw it in an arcade when I was at the mall.
I don't know why that mattered.
But I want us to be clear, Brett, about what is inappropriate and what's not.
Well.
All right, guys. Well, Brett, I hope you feel better. Carson, you guys are doing the Lord's work. All right, see you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I feel great, Nick. Thank you.
Stand strong. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson
and Brett. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Yeah, hi. I'll give you guys $5,000 to change seats in front of us. Trade seats with each other.
$5,000.
$5,000 each.
That's just
if you both.
You guys. It's a troll.
You're
troll call.
Playing a joke on us right now.
Trying to make us play musical chairs just to say, "Ha, gotcha." No. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson.
And Brett.
What's your opinion on polygamy?
So polygamy is not something that the Lord has commanded us to do right now. Period. It is something.
Some men have been called to polygamy.
Right.
Well, that's interesting.
Right. So
you think? Go on. Yeah, go on.
So just really quick, polygamy is an abomination in the sight of the Lord when it is practiced outside of His sanction. So when the Lord sanctions it, it is for His purposes to raise a seed unto Him. But when it is, not commanded by Him, it is adultery, and it is, frankly, sinful and fornicating and promiscuous and completely splash to everyone involved.
Absolutely.
Interesting. How does one get called upon by the Lord to
His prophets
to engage in polygamy?
His prophets or the Lord Himself will command someone in an undeniable way. But if the prophet is saying no, but someone says, well, I feel like I got a revelation or inspiration to do it, that's called sinspiration. It's a counterfeit form, and it's wrong. So unless the prophet is saying that the Lord is commanding us to do it, it is absolutely wrong, and you shouldn't even think about it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I appreciate that.
If in these trying times, the prophet receives revelation.
Yeah, absolutely. He does, and well, I don't know if that will ever be a thing, but if it was, if President Nelson ever did receive that revelation, you know what? It would be difficult to practice. It would be difficult to have multiple wives. I don't think that I would. I don't think I would personally like to do that at all. It would be very difficult to manage. It can be hard to so.
One wife is hard to manage.
Pardon me?
Just one wife is hard to manage, let alone, 3, 4.
Well.
Yes, I think multiple wives. I think I think what they tend to do is they keep each other in line. I think as a man, you are obviously there to fill your role, but this is strictly hypothetical. It's just speculation. But I think that they hold each other to high standards, and through that they behave quite well.
They obey.
Well, anyway, wonderful. Thank you for your question, and we're going to go ahead and move on to another call.
Check us out at Chance of Flurry.
Okay, well, wonderful. Let's go ahead and look at the chat, Brett. Take a little break from the phones. Okay, great. Okay. Just trying to.
Matt says, "Did we solve homelessness last week? I didn't see any homeless people on the street this week, but I also wasn't outside much."
Well,
I mean, if you have a particularly large gathering of homeless people in your area, that might be an indicator. But we haven't really been able to. We've only spread our message. Carson and I have gone out personally to try and help some homeless people, but no large scale action yet. We are, however, drumming something up. Something is coming down the pipeline, and we are excited to share it with everybody, and especially share it with all the homeless.
And I want to make a distinction. There's a difference between being homeless and poor. Homeless people, it's a willful choice, and all they're doing is begging. But poor people are struggling, and sometimes they really, really need help. Just like in my song, or in our song, "Holding On to Christmas," it says to open up the door and let inside the poor and let them lay upon the floor. What I'm not trying to say in that is to let the homeless come into your home and kind of make a home of it themselves. That might be something you can do in Vermont or in Cuba, but it's not something that you can do in here, in the United States, and it's not something anyone should do anywhere. I really think that we should protect our families and not let in the homeless. But you know what? Homeless people sometimes definitely need help, and I think that if you do see genuinely homeless people, if you toss some bread down, give them water bottles, things like that, it'll keep them sustained, which everyone deserves to live. But I don't know. I think I'm rambling a little bit, but no, we have not solved anything, but we have just talked about some ideas to kind of help, and we hope that people have implemented them. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Master says, You guys are full of great. I love Mormon talk. Well, wonderful. That's great. Dave Hawken sarcastically says, so Vermont is not in the U.S. It is in the U.S. Perhaps you should get a map or a globe or something like that. But what I'm saying is in Vermont, there are a lot of people who like to live in communes. And just, a lot of people that don't believe in their own personal property being actually theirs. These are typically really dumb people, and they just let people.
They should just give their property to the homeless people.
They should become the homeless people. Vance Vasquez says, Mormon talk gives me hope. Well, wonderful. I think with that, we should go on to another call. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And call. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello?
You are on the air, caller. Go ahead.
My name is Hamad Hul. I was wondering if you know my friend, Samdu.
Yes, we are wondering.
We have spoken to Samdu a few times now. Yes, we do know him. Nice to meet you.
Wait a minute. No, this is the one that was cheating on with the wife. We have to hang up. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson.
And Brett, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello, this is Samdu again.
What?
Hello?
Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson and Brett. Do you have a question for us, real quick?
Yes, this is Samdu again.
We are trying to give other people a turn as well, but if you have something concise, go ahead, caller.
I think you've accidentally banned me from the chat. One of your moderators have banned me from the chat accidentally.
Well, if you were banned in the chat, I highly doubt it was
accidental.
A mistake. Our moderators are paid very well to not make a mistake.
Matt Guyver dude makes a really important point. He said weed is legal in Vermont, and that's why they have so many problems. That's definitely a contributor. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, no, smoking and toking doobies is absolutely a sure path to becoming just a complete beanbag of a person.
If you smoke a doobie, you are a loser.
I concur. I think that's true. Doobies lead to dubious things.
Yes.
And so, anyway, what do you think is the? Yes. So go ahead, Samdu, and tell us what it is. What question you have concisely.
I just want to know. Do you know? I just want to let everyone know, have a Merry Christmas, have a super duper duper Merry Christmas, have a good fun. That means have a Thanksgiving, Have a cooker.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Brett O'Call. Welcome to
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Do you have a question?
Hi. Yeah. About the homelessness thing. I'm a member of a church I called a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, and, wonderful.
Thank you. I'm also a recovering addict. I have a 6 years clean, and I do a 12-step fellowship. And a lot of the substance abuse with homelessness is because of substance abuse, and that's one of the reasons. I could have been easily there, but I had family and support that I didn't become homeless, but I was close to being homeless.
Right. Well, that's wonderful. So you weren't choosing to give up and just go lay on the streets. You wanted to fight and you wanted to, make something of yourself, and that's why you are not. That's why you're on the air with us right now. Is because you're choosing to not lay on the streets and block people's paths. And
it is absolutely imperative to take substances away from homeless.
Right.
Yeah.
And in giving them money, which is exactly what a lot of them ask for. Can only contribute to that problem. I've naively handed I had money in my pocket, but a homeless was asking me, he said, anything helps, God bless. And so I went up to him and I had a Ziploc bag and I had 2 slices of bread in it. And I offered to him and he turned it down. He said, anything helps, but not anything. Where's the money? He wanted money. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What is the money for? And he said that he was hungry, thirsty. I was like, well, here's bread. That definitely satiates your hunger. But he didn't want it.
Yes.
And so what we did is we gave him $10 and then we went away. And then we watched him and he walked over to the corner store and he bought himself a pack of cigarettes.
And you're not going to believe this. After he bought that pack of cigarettes, guess where he went? He got into his car and he drove away in his Lexus.
No, that was a different time. That was when you and I were together, Brett. This is a different time. Did that person buy cigarettes too? I thought they just got in the Lexus.
Oh, wow.
No, they went into the store and they came out. Oh, mine might have been cigarettes.
Yeah, I'm not sure those were cigarettes, but what Brett said is absolutely true too. Sometimes they'll take the money and get in their nice car and they'll go to their home.
Wait, we're not talking about the same time?
Yeah.
No, there was a different time where we. So I was with Wilson, and I was also with Sam.
Oh.
Yeah, I was with Sam.
Well, that's crazy that happened again.
Oh, of course it did. This was a long time ago, though. So.
With me, there was a codependency. My mom was a codependent. Like, I was on disability, and she was my payee, so she was forced to pay me money so I don't steal. So. Yeah, I'm not collecting those Social Security anymore. I'm working, but I was getting money and wasting it on drugs.
Well, you know what? Okay, how do I put this? All I have to say is I applaud you for not ending up a homeless, and you know what? Thank you for calling in and sharing that you are on your 2 feet, and I hope that you have a Merry Christmas. And
I quit smoking cigarettes in July. Yes.
Well, wonderful. That's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
That's a very difficult thing to stop doing, I hear, and you know what? An even more difficult thing to start doing is praying and asking the Lord. Sorry, it's. I said that backwards. And even a really easy thing to start doing is to pray and ask the Lord to help you stay off cigarettes, and He will keep you off of them for good if you will ask Him every day.
Yes.
Well, anyway, thank you for calling in, caller, and
You're welcome.
You have a wonderful evening. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball
and Brett O'Call. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hey guys, I just had a quick question. Why aren't you guys in the same room?
We are in the same room.
Does Brett have COVID?
No.
Does Brett sound like he has COVID?
Yes.
No.
Brett, you don't have COVID.
Do you guys gay have sex?
So everyone asking, yeah, they started off with a dumb question and ended with a dumb statement.
Yeah, whenever they start out with the troll questions, it just gets out of line.
Hello, caller.
You're live on the air with Brett O'Call.
And Carson O'Kimball, welcome to Mormon Talk. Do you have a question
hi.
for us, caller? Please, family-friendly calls only, or,
No, of course. Yeah. No, my question for you guys is just, what are your thoughts on a Mormon marrying an obese woman? Because I understand that gluttony is a sin. So
you can, everyone has their own sins, and you can marry whoever, the Lord a man can marry any woman he would like. So anyway, actually, we're going to go ahead and go on from this call. Hello, caller. You were on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Brett O'Call. Welcome to Mormon Talk. What do you have for us tonight, caller?
Oh, well, my name is Jason, but I go by Dr. Shades on the internet. How are you guys?
We are doing well.
Hello, Dr. Shades. How are you doing tonight?
Welcome back to the show. Do you have a question for us, Dr. Shades?
Yes, I do. As you know, when you try to bolster your testimony or increase your faith in the Savior Jesus Christ, it seems like for as much effort as you make, Satan makes an equal amount of effort to destroy your effort, you know?
Right.
As much as you try, Satan tries just as hard to knock you back down to where you were. And unfortunately, I have experienced that once again. You see, I'm trying to, study my scriptures more so I can be a better disciple of Christ because, you two guys have, served as the example, a great example to me to, maintain my discipleship. But yet again, I am afraid that I have come across a certain issue that has kind of made me, wonder and kind of have a couple of doubts. Give me your insight on this. Would you mind?
Absolutely. Go for it, Dr. Shades. Our mitts are out and we are ready to catch.
Okay, thank you very much. Hey, in the Book of Mormon here, if you look at Mosiah chapter 27, verse 23, it says, "And it came to pass after they had fasted and prayed for the space of 2 days and 2 nights, the limbs of Alma received their strength, and he stood up and began to speak unto them, bidding them to be of good comfort," which is fine by itself. But if you bump ahead to Alma chapter 36, verse 10, it says, "And it came to pass that I fell to the earth, and it was for the space of 3 days and 3 nights that I could not open my mouth, neither had I the use of my limbs." So was Alma in his trance for 2 days and 2 nights, or was it 3 days and 3 nights? Which part of the Book of Mormon should I believe?
Have you prayed about it, first of all?
Not yet, because the Lord wants to study it out in our mind before we ask Him, and so I've been studying, and I can't figure out which one is the mistake and which one is the truthful one. So that's why the next step is to talk to you guys, because you always have the best answers, and you always resolve my concerns like very, very rapidly. So that's why I've come to you.
Could you repeat your query again?
Yeah, and actually, Dr. Shades, can you give us the reference real quick to, was it Mosiah?
Sure. The first one is Mosiah in the Book of Mormon, of course.
Okay.
Chapter 27, verse 23.
Okay, wonderful. 1 second. Chapter 7. Sorry, I'm just...
No. 27.
Mosiah 27, verse 23. Okay, and let me go ahead and take a look here.
Okay.
27, 23. Okay, it came to pass after they fasted and prayed for the space of 2 days and 2 nights. The limbs of Alma received their strength, and he stood up. Okay, so 2 days and 2 nights. Okay, and then where was the next one again?
The other one was in Alma.
Okay.
Chapter 36.
Okay.
Verse 10.
Okay. Well, And these are both...
Yeah, they're both in the Book of Mormon. And they're both talking about the same guy, and they're talking about the same experience, too.
Right, yeah. Okay. So, sometimes... Okay, for instance, Brett and I were talking about, a homeless person kind of swindling us.
Right.
And you know what? Our memories he remembered cigarettes being bought, and I did not remember cigarettes being bought in the particular instance he was talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Brett was lying. I think that maybe Brett had just an error, or maybe I had an error. But nonetheless, the point was still driven home completely clearly in what Brett and I were saying, and that is a lot of homeless people are trying to swindle you and trick you and get you to feed into their disease. And so I think that, this might just be an example of just a slip of the pen for either, so for Oliver Cowdery, one of the scribes, or even, on the plates themselves. But nothing, no damage done, because I really don't know if, what you could do is you could add both numbers and then just get the mean, the average, and just you can make a reference. You can write on the margins and just correct both of them, and it might make you feel a little bit better, just less confused.
That was my recommendation. Go ahead. Sorry, Brett. Go ahead.
What did you say, Brett? Sorry.
My recommendation was exactly as Carson's. I was just going to say, just look at it, and there might be a message in between the two, right?
Oh, so if you say in between the two, so maybe he was actually in his trance for 2.5 days and 2.5 nights, and the author of Messiah rounded down, whereas the Mormon who wrote Alma rounded up. Is that what you're saying?
Right, because Mormon, you have to remember, he was abridging these, and he was, probably making some adjustments and stuff. And so the thing is, it might not be, the message is still perfectly intact. The story is still perfectly intact. Just a numerical, slight variation wouldn't really hurt a testimony, I don't think.
Talking about days and days passing, sometimes, when you're trying to talk to your kids, you're like, no, there's 4 more days until Christmas, but there's still half a day today, and so it gets kind of thrown up in the air. Nobody really knows how to count days. It's kind of there's no cut and dry, like, okay, this is officially
right. Because like if I wanted to, have if I wanted to make I can't eat these, but my wife does. If I wanted to make pecan pancakes for my wife Scarlett tomorrow, I could say, I have to wait a whole day to make these pancakes. Well, a whole day would mean that I be making them in the evening for her. But rather, it'd be the morning, which is less than a full day cycle. So the better thing would be to say, I have to wait till the next day. But let's face it. Some of us would say, I have to wait a whole day. You know what I mean? So it's an easy little error to make, but it's nothing that takes away from the spiritual power of that experience.
Okay, so one of them might have been talking about a full 24 hours twice in a row, but the other one might have been just rounding up to the next calendar day that the 24-hour period ended on.
Absolutely,
Something like that?
Exactly, Dr.
Oh, okay.
Smart cookie.
I hadn't really... Okay, wow. I hadn't really thought of it that way, but I guess it does make sense because, counting days is pretty hard. So I'll just round up to 2.5 days and assume that that's how long he was in his trance then. So, okay, so just before I sign off, so you guys think that I shouldn't let this thing affect my testimony?
Of course not. That's Zanky. No, of course not. No.
Oh, okay. You know what? Calling you guys was definitely the right choice. I never once have I ever gone wrong by calling you two guys. And for that, I totally thank you. This has been a fantastic gesture on your part. I really do appreciate you.
Well,
Dr. Shades, we love to hear that. You give us great confidence.
Yes, and you are a great example to all of our callers of what this is supposed to be. You know, people are supposed to call in with real intent and in good faith and have discussions with us, or even share a struggle they're going through or something positive. And you've done all three many times, and people should really try and emulate that sort of attitude that you take toward Mormon Talk. And if they did, I guarantee you all the families that were here from the start would still be here, and we'd have even more individuals and families watching the show. So please, everyone, follow Dr. Shade's example. And thank you for calling in.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, and have a great rest of the show.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, you too, Dr. Shades.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. Let's see. Oh, people are accusing Beth of bullying again. What's new? Please, Happy Meg or Kyle Masta. You know what? Even if Beth is a longtime viewer of the show, if she's bullying children still and making people feel bad about themselves and unsafe, it might be prudent to quiet her down for a bit, if you know what I mean. And also, Beth, you said at Nick B, I think I saw that same statue in New York, but I don't think it was Joseph Smith. New York is 2 words, just so you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and take another call. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
Redo call?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Hamad Khul.
Okay. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Redo call. Welcome to Mormon
Hi. Is this Mormon Talk?
Yes, this is Carson and Brett. Welcome to the show. Do you have a question for us, caller?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me pretty good or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I just had a bit of a story that I wanted to tell you.
Well, wonderful.
All right, let's keep it concise.
So, I'm actually in the church now, but I used to be an ex-Mormon. I fell away from the church a long time ago, and I just want to tell you a bit of a story.
Okay.
So, you know, I used to smoke marijuana, and well, it's really been bothering me because basically, I don't know if you've ever rolled a joint, but we didn't have any rolling paper, so we actually used a page from the Bible.
Hang up on this caller.
Yeah.
One of the callers called last time.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. It's behind us.
You okay, guys?
Yeah, we're okay. Sorry, we had to deal with a call. Someone was talking about, just the same old hemp baloney. But anyway, welcome to the show. And do you have a question for us, caller?
Them Satan kids, man, they're always trolling.
Yeah, it's there are a lot of trolls, and they find a kick out of trying to taint family entertainment like this, and it's really embarrassing for them. And it's a hindrance for us, but we're not gonna let it get us down.
Yeah. Don't, because if you're gonna let them get you down, mad and all that, they're gonna think they're winning.
Right.
You guys gotta keep your head high and keep going.
Right.
You're absolutely right, caller.
And I know this is late. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
Well, thank you, and to our whole audience, a happy Thanksgiving from past Thanksgiving from our caller.
This is a great show. I hope you guys never end it.
Well, thank you very much, and we hope that you will create a wonderful art project, whether it's a drawing or maybe a sculpture for whoever you get in the Secret Santa drawing. So,
you know, every day is art to me because everything's new and it's a brand new day.
Well, that's
amen.
Wow, what a wonderful thing to say. That's very cool. I have to agree with that sentiment. Thank you, and amen to that. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you, caller.
All right, man. Have a blessed day.
All right, you as well. Wonderful. We'll go ahead and take one more call, and then we just have a few things to say before we leave, and then we, yeah. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
and Brett O'Call. Welcome to Mormon Talk. What do you have for us tonight, caller? I think you were our last call.
Hello, Mortality, Big Rick here, and I believe three things: guns, women, and America.
Guns, war, and America?
Women.
Oh, women. Okay, well, what about Jesus Christ?
Oh, I believe in Jesus real too. You know, one time I died during war, and I saw him. I was in the hand of God, and it was real beautiful.
Wow. Well, do you want to tell our audience about that story real quick?
Yeah, I was deployed in Iraq War in about 2011, and I served about 5 years. In my 30-year combat, there's a bunch of these Iraqis, and I was charging a head on them, 1v20, you know, and I pulled out my gun. Hold on, sorry, my time.
The Iraq War ended in 2009, though. You were still deployed in Iraq?
No, deployed.
Oh, sorry, I'm having trouble understanding, following the story. Can you start over?
Well, thank you very much for that story.
Story.
Go ahead, caller. Sorry.
When I was charging the Iraqians head on, both my buddies have died, rest in peace, and I was had a sniper corralling at me, and I shot back. I got him, and these two Iraqians came up with me. They were both suicide bombers, and I luckily made it out of there. But one of them got me real good, and I died for about confirmed dead for an hour, and I came back. And when I was dead, there was the hand of God. He wasn't at all what I was expecting. Right? He had a mullet, a tank top, and he was really modern. I was like, whoa, is this God? He said, yes, sir.
Wow, that's incredible. You know, you're back for a reason, and we hope that you are living your life every single day to its fullest, and you're fulfilling what the Lord has you on this earth to do.
I have really bad PTSD though. I've lost about several.
You have a what? Pardon?
I have really bad PTSD now.
Oh, PTSD. I see. Well, you know what? Hopefully the VA is taking good care of you, and you have a good psych.
Also, hold on. When I was meeting God, he told me that you two have gay sex. Is this true?
He doesn't even sound like a war veteran. The Iraq War ended in 2009. I think that guy was... he doesn't even know his war history.
Yeah, that was...
Just a troll.
Yeah, just a troll.
I should have said something earlier.
I was definitely suspicious myself. It sounded like the person was a heavy smoker. But anyway, or young, you know. I couldn't tell between the two. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat real quick, and then Brett and I have a couple things to say before we go. Let's see.
Dr. Shades, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just doing the show here with the...
What
do you mean, what am I doing?
Oh. Well... Okay. What in the world?
What are all the bombs in chat?
Why is everyone talking about 9/11? This is strange. Okay. Well, anyway, Justin Rogers says, Brett, Carson, have you guys ever been to the Sausage Castle? You will leave eggnog depleted. No. I've been to a White Castle a long time ago. But I don't really remember.
You want more eggnog than when you left?
Yeah, that makes no sense. Wouldn't you have more eggnog after going to a restaurant?
If I go in without any eggnog, am I still going to be eggnog depleted? I mean, I guess I start out eggnog depleted.
I think that they said it backwards or something. Okay, well, wonderful. Let's see. I'm just trying to find something that doesn't have to do with Beth. Let's
That
see.
has been
Nothing but a troll in the chat. And
unchristian like lately.
Lately, yeah, a lot more than that. Okay.
Hello?
Oh, what the? How are we getting? Hold on. Okay, that should be good. Let's see here. I don't, I'm not really seeing anything in the chat that is really worth reading. Oh, Matt says, where can I find a copy of Peg?
Hello?
The book is not out yet. What in the? How?
This is, I would like to bear my testimony today.
Okay.
Sorry, caller, we are not taking any.
Well, she slipped through. She slipped through.
Can I just
Let's
bear it
just.
real quick?
We'll just let it. We'll just let her slide in.
Okay.
Um.
Thank you so much, brothers.
Yeah.
I am very grateful for my new husband, Jack. He's in the comments. I love him with all of my heart. He's a true testimony for me of the church, and I just wanted to say, Jack, baby, you're the one for me, man. I love you, man. You're my testimony, my iron rod in the church.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the phone lines.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be getting any more after that. Okay, well, wonderful. I think that wraps it up, but Brett and I just want to re-emphasize how you can enter our Secret Santa drawing.
So, we are going to have Happy Meg collect everybody's names. Right now, type a big D in the chat or B or something. And
Type in the word.
that will
Type in the
bring up-
word Santa in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that's probably better. So type that in the chat, and then Happy Meg will collect all of your names. And also tell anyone who may not be watching that you might be friends with that would also like to get in on it. And ultimately, you are going to email us at mormontalkline@gmail.com, and we will enter your name into a generator, and that will select your Secret Santa recipient. And you will do a talent for them, make some art for them, whatever you would like to do for your Secret Santa. And then we will air that on next week's Talent Talk episode. The deadline is Monday, of course. Try to get in as soon as you can. It makes it very difficult. And we also have, we actually forgot to mention earlier, we are going to be doing a, are we still doing that? The donation thing. Are we still doing that?
Well, I think that if you want to donate, like if you don't feel like giving just an art gift is sufficient, you can also attach money to it if you'd like. It definitely helps people out during the holidays. So yeah, if you'd like to donate too, you can.
Exactly. There is an option that goes along with the generator. Here's what we'll do. Send your donations to our donation page with your message and who your Secret Santa recipient is, and we will redirect that money, because there is a way to do it with the generator, but I don't want to trust your guys' money going through that system. So, code of honor, we will handle that on our end, just as a safety precaution for you guys, and we'll handle those donations. And we will, of course, transmit them to who you intend in your note that you're going to leave, who you would like that money to go to. You know, we would say probably for this, time, $15, $20 would probably be a great donation that would help out
just about anybody.
And with that, and your art, you're really going to make somebody's holiday season just absolutely fantastic. And you yourself, you are also in Secret Santa. I mean, somebody has your name as well. And somebody, might be sending you a donation, and they're definitely going to be sending you a talent of theirs, and that's going to be fantastic, or a talent meant for you, I should say.
Right. I'm very excited to see what people come up with. But anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week for our Secret Santa Talent Talk edition. You know what? December is tomorrow, and let's make it a good one.
There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk.